Aime Leon Dore has been in the streetwear conversation for quite some time now, blending Teddy Santis's passion for street culture, sports, and art into tasteful, long-lasting garments and footwear. His storied collaborations, namely with New Balance, started in 2015 for the 997 handball, but ever since then they've been releasing banger after banger. But this recent release has got me thinking that they haven't lost steam yet in their collaboration game. What am I talking about here? The ALD New Balance 1000. What's really good, YouTube? This is District 1 Phil, and I'll be diving into the campaign and specifically the black colorway of the ALD New Balance 1000. It's funny that when I think of ALD, my mind naturally gravitates to tastefully executed New Balances. Though there are lukewarm releases in the past 2 years, there are simply iconic releases from the brand's collaboration. Most notably the original 550 pack as well as last year's 860 V2 pack. So for the model, it was first released in 1999. It was a shoe that was geared towards performance runners, though it never achieved the same success as the 990 series. Now, 26 years later, the 1000 is set to return for another go. And attempting to advance the mesh runner trend, the 1000 is a key silhouette for New Balance as it's pushing its portfolio in 2024. For this sneaker in particular, as well as its release, I was excited to get my hands on them for its all-black composition. This campaign was teased out soon after the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance 1000 collaboration, and initially it was only of the black colorway. And it was soon announced thereafter that this project consisted of 3 colorways, black, gray, and white, and it'll be accompanied alongside a slew of apparel to complement these shoes. Julie Valiskova and Anthony Biggio from the ALD design team designed colorways, where the key concepts of each of these colorways span the gamut with one through line. The grays were inspired by Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, a sailing team from, you guessed it, the fashion house Prada. They were first created to compete for the 2000s America's Cup, where their gear is a makeup of grays, which can be seen through the design language of the New Balance 1000 gray pair. The patent leathers scream the sleekness of the racing yachts Prada uses for their sail racing. For the sea salt white colorway, this pair draws its inspiration from Aaliyah's iconic outfits, especially those worked with Tommy Hilfiger, as she was one of the early influencing figures for the brands in the early 2000s, late 1990s. And lastly, for the black ALD New Balance 1000s, this pair was inspired by the Bad Boys movie, starring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. You can see the notes of white/metallic seen in the buckles of Will's accessories in this picture. Seeing that the New Balance 1000 was first released in 1999, it's clear that much of the inspiration the design team derived for this release was from the late 90s, whether it was from culture, media, or music. Starting with the box here, I really love the packaging that adorns this product. You can see that there is concerted thought and effort going into the packaging, especially on how the colorway of the black pair really is cohesive with the packaging. And in true collaboration fashion, you can see branding of Aime Leon Dore on one side of the box, but you also see other instances of co-branding on the other sides of the boxes as well. Now getting into the shoes themselves, I really love how the toe box is constructed here. There is a unique leather panel that has a hexagonal pattern throughout, which is a common material throughout the shoe. White stitching provides this very nice contrast to the perimeter of these panels. There is a black stitching detail on the medial side. However, there is a 3M detailing on the lateral side, which I find very interesting as there are so many mixed materials on one portion of the shoe. On the lateral side, you see a bunch of mixed materials, but the predominant material taking center stage here is a black patent leather. Closer to the toe box, you see Aime Leon Dore in the Aime sports style font, debossed into the patent leather. Very unique here. This is also cool because the brand's more sports style logo has first been introduced in 2023, but this is the first time we see this on a shoe collaboration. I also really love the hit of 3M on the back of the shoe on one of the leather panels. On the back side, you see a continuation of some of the panels seen in previous views. However, I do find it clever that there is a black on black New Balance branding printed on the mesh. And blink and you might miss it, but there is a 1000s branding on the heel patent leather panel. If you ask me, this is a very tasteful way to call out the logo, as it's not too in your face, but still paying homage to the original model. On the medial side, you'll see much of the same as that of the lateral side. Now it's starting to get interesting here. When we move on to the lacing and tongue, Here we see some super unique black and white rope lacing intertwined throughout this lacing system. You have the traditional holes for the eye stays, but we also have a hooped fabric eye stay here. What's cool about ALD collabs is that the lace options their shoes come with are always well executed. What I love is that the design language is cohesive throughout the product for the black and white theme, which can also be seen on the stitching of the patent leather on top of the tongue. As we go to the top of the tongue, you also see New Balance and ALD co-branding. For alternate lace options, these come with oval laces in black and white, but I think I'm going with the standard alternating color rope laces. Which ones do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. For the inner collar, it's in all black. You also see a fabric panel which leads into the shoe for ease of donning the sneaker. The insoles are co-branded as well, where the pattern that is predominantly on the insole is of this hexagonal matrix, which harkens back to the leather panels, carbon fiberish detail on other panels of the sneaker. Onto the midsoles, this is where I love the details of what would have been just an all-black sneaker. The midsoles are made of this ABZORB foam technology. Now, ABZORB foam is a proprietary alloyic blend of DuPont engaged isoprene rubber, as well as other proprietary foam materials for New Balance. The midsole is predominantly black, but there are different details of this light charcoal gray in the midsole. I love how the organic surfacing of the midsole really flows in together. On the outsole of the sneaker, we see a New Balance 1000 traction pattern with alternating black and white detailing. At the center, you see a plastic stability web, which you often see in other New Balance products like the 2002R and the 1906R. Some alternating white and black panels is giving some Zorro vibes, I don't know why. And lastly, in terms of extras, this pair comes with a forged ALD charm. Now, this isn't a run-of-the-mill TPU Jordan charm, as this is all metal with different finishes between the back and the front of the charm. The heft of this piece screams quality, and I'm actually excited to adorn my backpack with this charm, as opposed to other extras my other sneakers come with. I doubt I'll wear this pair with the charm because with my size, they will be dragging on the pavement. Now going into the fits here, we see Vashti dripping in ALD from top to bottom. I see how she styles this with black jorts as well as black socks. Going into the next fit here, I'm ripping this straight from the ALD lookbook. This is an all black fit, which I think works really well with these sneakers. And on to the next fit here, it's also a predominantly black outfit, but this time it's with shorts. So in terms of my copy experience, I've only placed a raffle bid for the black pair, and it was on ALD's website. I believe that the black pair as well as the gray pair are the only ones that are available on the ALD website. How ALD has gone about their raffles have been very fair so far, and I don't think it's been very difficult. I remember back in the day I would try to put in multiple raffles for the 550, but now if I want a specific pair, I'm just gonna put a bid in for the exact pair I want, and this happened to be the case for this pair of New Balance 1000s. So in terms of sizing, I decided to go with my made in USA sizing here, which is half sized down from my true to size. My true to size with Jordan 1s is a size 8. I decided to go a half size down, so it's a 7.5 for this pair. The reason being is that what I realized with generally most New Balance sneakers, going a half size down, whether it is with made in USA or not, in the long run, after you break in the sneaker, I feel like it's much more comfortable a half size down. So I took a risk here, 7.5, it feels great. So my overall thoughts is that the first time I saw these sneakers, I was stoked. I'm in my black sneaker era, and having seen the sneak peeks from Teddy on social media, I knew I had to get them. And honestly, I missed out on the 860 V2s last year. I knew I can't miss out on these. I truly believe that every year ALD makes a banger collab with New Balance, with wild colors and materials, and the rest of the year they have more mellow collab offerings. I can't wait to fully break these in and see what these sneaks have to offer. So in conclusion, these are a must-have for my sneaker collection. Even though it is a black shoe, I don't think I have anything like this in my collection in terms of how much patent leather is on it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that the patent leather is too much for you, or do you welcome this extremely well thought out collaboration? This is District 1 Phil, and I'll see you guys next time.